Hi there, this is Karen with inspiredbygram.com. Welcome to my channel. So over the next 4 videos, I'm going to be showcasing a Touch of Ink stamp set, which can be found in Salebration brochure. So this is a card we're going to be creating today using the hummingbird design in that stamp set. And this is our coordinating envelope. So let's look at the stamp set here. This is the Touch of Ink, and it's a photopolymer stamp set. So we've got a hummingbird, we've got foliage, we've got a nice little flower here, and then we've got the butterfly, and we got splatter, some leaves here. So very detailed stamp set. It's also a 2-step stamping set, and we've got some nice sentiments over here as well. The Flower and Field Designer Series paper is also in Salebration, and just gorgeous paper. I love it. It is my favorite in the brochure. So let me just show you where you can find it in Salebration. It runs until February 28th, 2021. And let's open it up here. Page 10 shows you the designer series paper over here. It's a level 1. So for a level 1, if you purchase $50 from my online store here, inspiredbygram.com, you can purchase or receive one of these for free. Okay, that's a 12 by 12 paper pack, and it's 12 sheets, 2 of each. So there's 6 different designs in that pack. And then if we turn the page, on page 12 and 13 showcases a Touch of Ink. And this is valued at $100. So any product order of $100, you can choose this as a level 2. All right, so let's get started creating the card here. Let me go over all of the supplies that we'll need to create the one that I did. All right, here's our envelope. It's a basic white envelope. The card base is just jade, and it's cut 4 1/4 by 11, and we'll score it in just a minute. And then we've got basic black. This is 4 by 5 1/2, and then we're going to layer the Flower and Field Designer Series paper right over that, and it'll be cut. It's cut 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. So we're just going to take our bone folder here. I've already pre-scored it at 5 1/2. We'll just give it a nice burnish so the card base will lay flat for us. And since we've got these papers right here, we're going to bring in the silicone craft sheet here. This protects my work surface. We're going to add these 2 pieces together, and I'm just going to simply add a line of adhesive on both sides. And we'll just flip it over here, and now we're just going to add it right to that basic black panel. Again, that is cut 4 by 5 1/2. And I've got equal distance on the left and the right side of that panel. Now this panel is going to get adhered to the Just Jade card base. And I'm just looking at the design to make sure that's the way I want it. And you can just simply rotate it and just check for yourself. And that's what I always do when I'm using designer series paper. I always flip it just to make sure, you know, one way might be more pleasing to the eye than others. All right, so we've got that layered on there, looking really nice. And now we're going to stamp. So I've used 2 dies in this card. I've used the Stitch So Sweetly die. This is the smallest rectangle, the scallop rectangle. And it looks like this. And this is the Stitch Shapes circles. This is the largest circle in that die set. So I'm just going to use my thumb and carefully take that out of the die. And you can see it has this lovely stitching all the way around the circle. And since we are stamping with photopolymer stamp sets, you'll need your Stampin' Pierce mat. And I've got a piece of scrap paper over that, protecting that surface. So let's take that stitched scalloped rectangle. I'm going to use Pool Party ink. And I've got Thank You So Much on my block here, and I'm just going to stamp right down in the center of that die, and that's what it looks like there. And now we're going to be creating the hummingbird. So what I want to do first is I want to ink up that detailed stamp. Again, just 1 ink color for today. We're using Pool Party, and I'm centering it right on that stitch circle. and it looks just like that. Now let's repeat that process for the envelope. And we're just going to stamp them right in that lower left corner of the envelope. And now let's open up the card because we're going to create kind of almost a tone-on-tone effect with the Pool Party ink. We're just going to stamp that little butterfly right over here. You can leave it like this, or we're going to do some two-step stamping. So you'll need to find the image that has the hummingbird, and it kind of looks like that. And we're going to stamp off. So we're going to do level like a, so that's first generation ink, and then that's second generation ink. So I think the lighter shade works a little bit better with this card design. So I'm just going to stamp off, and then I'm going to hover over the image of that hummingbird and stamp down. Now you can, well, you can't really see. Let me show you on this one here. This stamp set is made, the more detailed one, the one here that has the shading, all of them are larger than the detailed image, and that's on purpose because it's meant to create this like watercolor effect. So as you can see here on the wings, that watercolor stamp extends over the edge, and that is what you want for that look. All right, so we're going to repeat that. We're going to ink up in Pool Party ink. We're going to stamp off, and then we're going to stamp right over. Again, my eyes are focused on the head of that hummingbird and also the tail. All right, so there you can see a little bit more detailed there, extending over. And then I think we've got everything. Yep, everything is all stamped there. And we can just assemble the cards. So let me clear up this area. I'm going to bring my silicone craft sheet in because you guys know I use this. This protects my work surface. We're going to use that stitched circle, the focal point of this card. Add the adhesive to the back side of it. And now I'm going to adhere it over towards the right of the panel. And I want that beak kind of going downward just a little bit. Give it a nice press. And now you can either add your little sentiment panel here, or you can give it dimension. And I'm going to choose to give it dimension because it will pop off the front of that card a little bit better, and it won't get like lost amongst that gorgeous paper, and that was called Flower and Field Designer Series paper. All right, so we're just going to pull this off the back. Now this paper here, I'm going to be offering a card class in the mail. So make sure you are on my email list so you receive that. That's going to be going out very shortly. And you can do that by going to my website, inspiredbygraham.com, and fill out the little pop-up that appears once you go to that site. So now on this original card here, you can see I used the opal rounds. Well, I've used them all, so I had to go with the elegant faceted gems. These work perfectly. They come in 3 different colors. We've got clear, petal pink, and like a whitish color. So I'm going to grab these petal pink ones and see what it looks like on this card. There is pink in it on those little pink flowers, so I'm just going to add them to the center of the flowers here. So there's 1. We're going to add 5 of them. 2. I'm going to grab this the bigger one here. I'm just going to add it right over here. That looks gorgeous right there. It's just totally looks really nice with that. I believe that's Blushing Bride. And so there's 1, 2, 3. We need 2 more. Let's go with odd numbers. Go up here. And then grab another small one, and let's tuck one right under here. All right, so now the final step is what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella to the hummingbird. So I'm just going to shake that up. And this comes in a brush tip here. And it's what Wink of Stella is. It's this like glitter. So I'm just going to do some brush strokes along that darker area lines of the bird. And I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but it does look really nice on my side. And then we're going to do the same thing here. Just some small brush strokes. Just adds a little bit of detail. And we'll call it good. So that is your card inspiration for today. And don't forget, I'm going to be showcasing 3 additional cards with the stamp set. And here's the original, so you can see them side by side with the opal rounds versus the elegant faceted gems. And I'll bring those a little bit closer so you can kind of see more of the detail there. So you can place your order here at my website, inspiredbygram.com. Don't forget to use my host code for the month of January. It expires on the 31st, and that code is QTQJDSKD. And if your order is between $35 and $149.99, and you use that host code, I will be sending you a free package of the Black Stampin Dimensionals Combo Pack in the month of February. So again, for your ordering, you can go to inspiredbygram.com. Thanks for watching.